friends, welcome back to my garden here at Three Barrow Farm. This weekend is glorious. The sun is shining and we've got so much to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep up recording for this weekend because we just have to get things done. But my main thing to get done in the veggie patches this weekend is to harvest the rest of the broccoli and the cauliflower, blanch them, get them into the freezer, also harvest all of the kale that's going to seed and freeze them as well. I've already got the dehydrators on, so I came out here first thing in the morning and I harvested one of the cabbages that was going to seed, and I've popped all of the leaves into the dehydrator. I've also got calendula going at the moment too, so they should be done by the end of the day, and then I'll get another load into both dehydrators tomorrow. But there's so much out here I could dehydrate and I don't have enough room. So definitely going to be freezing a lot of the produce, and I might make a few more soups and meals to freeze as well. But I will definitely be out here during the sunshine hours getting as much done in our garden as we can get ready, because we are getting some earthworks done and we really need to prepare for that. And I really need to get my beds prepared for the upcoming planting out of spring vegetables for the summer harvest. So yeah, there's lots to do, and I hope to take you along for this weekend and show you bits and pieces of what we get up to. Hi friends, well, it is Tuesday and we had a pretty jam-packed weekend working here on the farm, getting ready for the earthworks that we're going to have done eventually. It's quite amazing how long it takes for things to be done when you've got so many other things on your daily to-do list. But I think we've cracked into quite a lot of the things we need to get done before the excavation starts, so that's pretty exciting. We normally always have a big project on during summer and it's great to get things done, but this particular project that we're getting done I'm really excited about because it means my seed raising house will finally get built. So we are moving forward slowly, getting everything we want done and put in place on this farm, but not everything happens at the same time and not everything happens immediately. We've been here for almost 11 years now, and of course we have other things, other projects on. We have 3 children that we're raising and we're dedicating a lot of our time to them. And then we have other things as well, like work and hobbies and catching up with family and friends. So yeah, we try to have at least one big project so we feel like we're getting closer to, I wouldn't say finishing the place because I don't believe that will ever be finished. There's always something to do, but just, I guess, laying down the foundations. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. This project is really going to lay down the foundations within our house area. We've spent a lot of time out on the farm and now we really want to focus on just our house area and getting it organized and making sure things are safe, leveling out the ground because there's a lot of ditches and mounds of dirt from, putting irrigation in and all that. So having some machinery here to get all that stuff flattened out. Also, we're really wanting to focus on keeping the water away from the house. So we're going to be cutting the ground away from the house and towards the veggie garden instead and putting ag pipe down and such. So yeah, we're slowly getting everything done before we get the excavator in and get all of that earthworks done. One thing we're trying to keep on top of is the growth. So the grass next to my vegetable gardens, we're mowing every week now, and it's just amazing how high the grass grows in a short amount of time. So we're maintaining it that way. So one day we're going to strip back this area and there's not going to be any grass. That is the plan. We're going to do some edging around the whole entire space. So then we're going to be keeping the grass out of this area and it will be much easier to maintain. It's interesting being out here in my garden right now. It is 7:30 and because we've changed the clocks and it's now lighter later into the day, I can be out here in the evening sunshine and it's actually quite nice out here. It's not very cold. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's not really cold at all. I don't feel like I need a beanie on or a scarf. That will change in about half an hour's time, I'm sure. But yeah, it's feeling really nice to be out here at this time and to have some time after dinner as well, have some time outside in the garden. I have been out here harvesting today. I harvested a few fennels and one massive fennel. Oh my gosh, it is huge. So I'm going to be processing those soon. I'm going to make some pasta sauces that I can chuck into the freezer. I also harvested a huge amount of parsley and one of you suggested to make parsley pesto. So I have done just that and it is delicious. We had some for dinner tonight in some pasta and I cooked up some sprouting broccoli as well. The last of the sprouting broccoli. I'm slowly harvesting the rest of it and dehydrating and freezing it as well. The garden is quite out of control and I'm slowly moving through it, harvesting things, and I've been putting lots of stuff in the dehydrators over the weekend and yesterday and today, and it's all been drying within a day. So I'm getting everything in the morning and then out in the evening and then being able to fill it up again the next morning, which is fantastic. I really want to get the most out of this season's harvest. So yeah, I'm slowly cleaning up and tonight I wanted to just quickly come out here and harvest some kale. I'm just going to be freezing this raw. I'm not going to blanch it because it's probably going to be used up within a month or two. And blanching is really to capture all the nutrients in the vegetable so that you can freeze it for a longer period of time. So I'm going to be doing it raw just because I know that I'm going to be using it quite quickly in smoothies and such. And I have a few recipes up my sleeve. I'm also thinking that I might make some pesto from the kale as well. There's a lot here and as you can see, it's all going to seed. I've got new plants to plant out eventually, and I do see some seedlings coming up from seed that was in my garden as well. It's so peaceful out here right now. And I'm looking in front of me at the apples that have finally started to pop their leaves out. They're always one of the last trees to put their leaves out and then eventually they'll put their fruit out. So we're hoping for a really great crop of apples this year. We didn't get as big a crop of apples last year as we have every other year we've been here, or every other year that we've had functioning fruiting trees. So yeah, it'll be nice to have another glut of apples, fingers crossed. So over here next to me, I've got some nettle that's ready to harvest. And I'm starting to see some little broad beans starting to grow on my broad bean plants, which is really exciting. I have seen the bees buzzing around the flowers, particularly the crimson broad bean plants. They're really loving that color of flower on those broad beans. And right next to me, there's some celery that I planted late in autumn that's finally putting out some growth. So that's exciting to see. There's also lots of leeks to harvest as well. Lots of spring onions. So I will be cooking with those spring onions over the next few months because there's so many of them. I've also got some magnificent coriander next to me here. It's got these massive, massive leaves. It's looking really, really lush. Tastes really good too. So we're also trying to manually keep the capeweed down in our garden, but it's difficult. It is a hard thing to stop from growing in your garden, especially when the seeds can last in the ground for, I think, around 7 years. So if you tip that soil upside down, like when we scraped a section of the ground out there in the chicken yards, the capeweed just took over. Just everything that grew in that section was capeweed. So we clearly uncovered all of this seed that's been sitting there for maybe for as long as we've been here, who knows. It could possibly live in the ground for much longer than 7 years, but yeah, I have heard. So we are trying to cut all the flowers that we see. When I come across a random capeweed plant in the grass, I'll just scuff my boot over it and try and destroy the flower so that it doesn't end up going to seed. But I have seen the bees on the flowers and some very heavy bees covered in pollen, absolutely covered in pollen. Yeah, so we're trying our best at keeping it away. If we slowly keep digging out the plants, eventually, maybe, when I'm really old and much more grayer than I am now, they will have disappeared. Who knows? Okay, so I've been pottering around my garden now and harvested a little bit of kale ready to freeze. And it's getting cold. I need my beanie and I need my scarf probably too. But I'm going to quickly harvest some of these. Some of them are getting a little bit woody. So you can tell if they're woody if you can't snap them like I'm doing right now. So the plant in front of me, I can't really snap them very far down. I have to snap them quite high up. See, this one doesn't want to snap. Oh, there we go. It snapped just now. So I'm slowly chopping out all of these broccolis and cabbages and such. I'm chopping them at the base, so I'm not pulling them out of the ground because I don't want to disturb all of the microorganisms under the surface of the soil. And I'm also just breaking off the chickweed that's left. I'm just giving this straight to the sheep and the chickens, and they're really enjoying it. The seed on some of this, it's not quite ready for the seed to have dropped. Some of the seed heads are dry, so I would say that some of them have already dropped. But I'm going to leave a little bit around the place. It's just that, there's a lot of it. And as I plant out, I will cut out the rest of it just so that I can plant out my other vegetables. But it's a really great mulch for the garden. I just have it growing up and around everything. So I'm just taking out a little bit along with some of the weeds as well. And the sheep are really enjoying it. We've been having the sheep coming into the chicken area. So the chickens and the sheep have been eating things together, which has been really nice. And I don't know if you can see right beside me, but we have the most glorious borage growing. So every year the borage comes back because I let the seed drop. And these flowers are just so vibrant in the garden. These little tiny purple to blue flowers. They are so lovely. Here we go. Star-shaped flowers. And you can pick these and put them in salads. Borage is fantastic in salads. You can also put the young, smaller leaves in as well. They're a little bit prickly, but if you get to the flowers before the bees do, these flowers are quite sweet, but they just add a bit of colour to your salad, which is really lovely. And also, the flowers from the broccolis are a lovely addition to salads as well. It just adds that beautiful colour to your green salad. You could also sprinkle some calendula petals into your salads as well. There's a little bit of a broccoliness to these flowers, definitely. That's yummy. They so totally taste like broccoli. I'm just going to sit here and have a little snack of broccoli flowers. It tastes really good. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I know I started out wanting to show you what we were getting done in the garden, but in the end, it was just easier to get it all done. And I think I will be doing another video where I show you the progression from what we've done to the end product, or partially end product. It's kind of hard to film it. So yeah, you just have to take my word for it that we've been working flat stick to move plants and plant trees and move rocks. And, you know, we moved the old cubby house of the kids, and, you know, it's now living in the chicken area for the moment, just so it's out of the way so that the vehicles can move around the garden. So yeah, we just needed that space, and I'm really excited about what is to come, but I have to also be patient as well. I hope you are all very well and enjoying your spring garden and the longer evenings that we have now, and you're not too rattled by the changing of the clocks. I woke up at 5:30 on the day that we swapped our clocks over, and then I worked out that it was 4:30 in the old time, so I was pretty tired that day. But yeah, it's nice. I love it when we can be out here in the garden in the evenings. It's just so lovely and peaceful. And the birds are singing their songs, and everyone's getting ready to wind down for their sleeping time. So yeah, it's really nice. I shall see you again very soon. I have plans to record a few videos. I will hopefully get around to doing a tour very soon. I'm going to do one patch at a time. So there'll be 2 separate garden tour videos coming out hopefully soon. But it will be good for you to all see how wild my garden is at the end of winter and into spring. It's lucky enough that I don't have to get a lot of plants out right now because of the frosts that still come and go at this time of the year. Anyway, take care, my friends, and I will see you again very soon.